What's up, folks? It's your boy, Left-Legged Legend. About to go into the wrong office. I'm hitting you up because I got the key to my office. So, first time I'm entering with the key. It works. My compadre no está aquí. Welcome to my office. Many of you don't know that becoming a full-time college professor has always been my dream. I worked part-time for several colleges, three community colleges, 3 or 4 California State universities. And then in 2022, I got an opportunity to meet the chair of early childhood, multilingual and special education, Dr. Joseph Morgan. And he offered me a class. So I taught that class and a couple of classes in the summer. And then he offered me a position as visiting assistant professor. Now, of course, he doesn't know this is my dream job. I also haven't told him how much I love working for him. You know, people with that multicultural mindset, globalization, and all of that. And so I started this semester, it's fall 2023. Your boy, Dr. Left-Legged Legend, started as visiting assistant professor at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Now, of course, I'm a University of Southern California Trojan. That is my school, my heart. But now I'm a University of Nevada, Las Vegas running rebel, which is weird to say, but oh so true. So I got my MacBook Pro that I need to set up and get ready. I have students coming in. I'm meeting with some of my students one-on-one so that we can go over their work and all the things. It's a lot of work. You know, I didn't realize how much work being a full-time professor is because, like I said, I only work part-time. I started at Compton Community College. I was working inside the language lab or the writing lab. I was making like $7 an hour, and the director of the writing lab realized that I had a master's degree and, you know, all my accolades that I was working on at the time. I hadn't started my doctorate or anything. I was still finishing my credentials. And she said, "You got a master's degree. Why are you working for $7 an hour in the learning lab?" And I told her I just wanted to work in college. It had always been my dream. An ex-girlfriend of mine in the early 90s, we had a conversation. And she said, "You know what the perfect job is?" And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Teaching college. That's like the perfect job." And before that, I had never thought about it. I really wasn't trying to go into education. I don't know if I've shared that story with you all here, but it planted a seed. And so I always wanted to do it. And it was hard to get in doing applications and stuff. Nobody really answered the application process. I think because in college, there's a lot of politics involved. So it's almost about not who you know, but who knows you. And so I got that job working in the language lab just because it was a low-paying, part-time job that a lot of people didn't want or probably weren't qualified for. I had an English credential. I got my master's in publishing. I had an English BA, so I had, and I'm pretty good at writing, so I had some of the qualifications they were looking for. So I was working there. The director, Dr. Espinoza, wonderful lady, saw my work and my work ethic and started introducing me to other professors and saying, like, this guy, he's working for $7 an hour, he's doing a great job, he's working with students or whatever. One of the professors told the chair of English there, so they started letting me be a substitute in college at Compton College. So I would take over for teachers that couldn't be there or were taking off the semester off or whatever. But, I've only covered a class here or there. And then one of the professors talked to some of the students that were in classes that I covered, and he said, I know somebody over at LA Southwest. I'm going to have them contact you. And one day I'm standing in the store and I get a call from Dr. Sharon Maselli, another great person in my career trajectory. And she interviewed me right there in the store and then offered me a class. And that's how I started. I spent 17 years at LA Southwest. And then Dr. Jeff Sapp, who was my professor when I was getting my credential, my English, I was finishing my special education and English credentials, and I took 3 or 4 classes with Dr. Jeff Sapp, and oh my God, this dude changed my life. I wanted to be him. He was just this charismatic professor. He just infected me with like this love for wanting to teach college and meaningfully interact with the professors and learn. I learned how to engage my students through him. And Dr. Sapp got me told me about this California State University Chancellor's Doctoral Incentive Program and got me in there. And one of the benefits of that program is that you have to teach either, I think it's like 10 years part-time with California State University or 5 years full-time with California State University. I was working full-time, and to be a full-time college professor would have been a pay cut. And so I never really went into it full-time, just part-time. And so I worked for many years at California State University, Dominguez Hills, all teacher education programs, working with teachers that are getting their credentials. California State University, Dominguez Hills. I worked at San Diego State University and California State University, Bakersfield. I did that for several years till about COVID. Once COVID hit, I stopped working at Bakersfield, and I didn't really focus on the job. So I didn't do a good job at Bakersfield. I was focused on my full-time job, which was stupid because I should not have focused so much on the full-time job. I should have focused on the job that I love. But anyway, I got the idea last year. I got married in Las Vegas on October 24th, 2022. And I got in my head, like, I should move to Las Vegas. I love Las Vegas. I used to come here, and we've talked about this on here. I used to come here, once a month for 20 years, coming from Southern California. So I decided, I should move here. And so the day after my marriage, I've decided I'm going to come and try to meet somebody. I reached out to Dr. Morgan. I got a chance to meet him. He was very gracious in meeting me. Told me, couldn't promise me anything. And of course I knew that. I was really just testing the waters, but that man is the reason why I moved here. He gave me a job and then offered me this opportunity. So I'm sitting here with my dream job, hopefully can make it last through retirement. I would love to do this until the day I retire, forever. I wish there was a way, or I need to figure out the path to tenured professor and professor emeritus, because this has been my dream since starting in education, to be able to do this. And so that's what I'm working on. But I wanted to share that with you guys. My first day in my office with my own key. I was here a day ago, 2 days ago, but somebody had to let me in. But I wanted to share that with you all. The further travails of the left-legged legend as I navigate through life in this new manner, in this new way, and just reinvigorated to be the best that I can be. So until the next time, it's your boy, the left-legged legend, signing out. Peace.